I'm here with Congresswoman Karen Bass, who is a Democrat from California,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure she's my mom's congresswoman. She lives in Burbank, and I had to check the actual districts, but I'm fairly certain you're close to each other, maybe
pretty
before
close.
redistricting. So, what did you, I don't want to just ask your reaction to the president's speech, because you're a Democrat, you support the president, but what particularly struck you about areas of compromise, things that Congress can actually pass this year?
Well, I think he gave us a lot to work with. He gave us an entire menu, some things that we can do, some things that he can do on his own. And so I think, first and foremost, it's the extension of unemployment insurance. And that's something that I do think we can compromise on.
And you're wearing the blue ribbon that members
I am
wore.
wearing the blue ribbon.
Tell us
That's
about
right.
that.
Well, the blue ribbon is really in solidarity with those people who were cut off unemployment insurance, and also to call for us to do our job and extend unemployment insurance. And I know that there have been talks around that, so I do think that's one area that we can work together on. Another area is immigration reform. I sit on the Judiciary Committee. I know there are many of my Republican colleagues that would like to see comprehensive immigration reform, and so I think those are two specific areas that we could work together on.
So a moment ago, we had the newest member of Congress, Bradley Byrne from Alabama here,
Yes.
Republican, and I asked him very specifically, even if you don't support all of the elements of a comprehensive bill, would you support it going on the floor in a piecemeal approach? And he said he did not think that legislation should be brought to the floor unless there was consensus behind it. That's not easy to do in their conference right now.
Member, so anything that, if you were to ever get consensus on something, it might be the naming of a post office. So when you say consensus, you're talking about all of us voting the same way.
Right.
You know, at the end of the day, that's not the way Congress functions. And so I do think that we can move forward with immigration reform. I think the president identified several tax loopholes that the Republicans might be open to, because they were tax loopholes that I think would really facilitate growing business and growing jobs.
What's the minimum wage in California right now?
The minimum wage in California is over $10 and is getting ready to be. I believe we'll have a minimum wage of about $15 before this year is over.
With Governor Jerry Brown at the helm there, Democrat, obviously.
Right, and there's a big movement to increase our minimum wage.
So what do you make of the president's effort? You know, this is federal contractors. Minimum wage will go up for them.
I think the idea that federal contractors weren't making the minimum wage is an embarrassment. So I am very proud and very happy that he took that action today. But I frankly didn't realize that federal contractors were not paid minimum wage.
Oh, interesting. And we're reporting in Roll Call tomorrow that it's about 560,000 people that are affected by that. But
I
obviously,
think that's very embarrassing. It makes me wonder how much they were actually paid.
could you see something like that pass Congress and an increase in any minimum wage beyond what the president can do with executive authority?
I think if my Republican colleagues want to respond to 70% of the U.S. public, then yes, I can see it happening. But I do know that that might be a very difficult hill to climb for my colleagues.
Obviously, it's a midterm election year.
Exactly.
I'll make this the last question. We know that Republicans feel pretty confident they can hold on to their control of the House. How do you see this shaping up? It's a challenge for Democrats to be able to turn things over, especially given retirements. I mean, we're standing right next to Congressman Jim Moran from Virginia, who's retiring. It's a safe Democratic seat, but there are a lot of people leaving, and that makes it easier for Republicans to maybe shift some seats.
Well, I don't know, because there's certainly retirements on the Republican side as well. And you and I know in the world of politics, 10 months away is about like 10 years. So anything could happen. We only need 17 seats to regain the House. I'm very hopeful that we can do that.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it. It's Congresswoman Karen Bass, Democrat from California. You've been watching at rollcall.com on our live stream, our first ever. So thanks for joining us.